And welcome to Mancuso Field Vikings Stadium. It's WeAreColerain.com in partnership with Waycross Community Media's presentation of Cardinal football. I am Brandon Wyatt alongside Brian Wyatt here, bringing you action here from Princeton High School as your Colerain Cardinals travel to play the Princeton Vikings.
Both teams 3-0. This is the first week of league play in the Greater Miami Conference. Colerain comes in here beating a couple big teams from across the country. Princeton coming here on a hot streak themselves, 3-0. Should be a big field. We've had a little bit of rain delay. We're getting a little bit of a late start, but better late than never.
As mentioned before, both of these teams are 3-0 coming into the matchup at the beginning of conference play here in the GMC. Colerain Cardinals with a Week 1 victory over Warren Central from Indiana, 31-28. Overtime victory over St. Xavier High School, 20-14. And a win at home last Friday, 6-0 over the Lancers of LaSalle. The Princeton Vikings coming into this game also 3-0 with wins over Glen Estee, Springfield, and Dayton Dunbar.
Yeah, Princeton will be led by their senior quarterback, number 16, at 6'1", 180 pounds, Solomon Reed. He's thrown for 490 yards, one of the top passes in the GMC, and 7 touchdowns. He's also rushed for 2 touchdowns. Be throwing to his main target in the place that we're looking out for, C.J. Hinders. He's at 7 catches, but he's got 216 yards. Also be throwing to Bryce Burton, who has 2 touchdowns, and Devon Bryan, who has 2 touchdowns. For the running game, look out for Raekwon Robinson, 40 carries, 167 yards, and Tyree Mills with 196 yards. They spread the ball around to the Princeton Vikings. Colerain coming in here offensively struggling, but we've just found a little bit of information in the booth here. Their starting quarterback has been banged up last couple of weeks. Gunnar Leyendecker will sit down. Colerain be going with their backup quarterback, just a sophomore, Deontay Smith-Moore under center. Small in stature, but lightning in a bottle. Leading rusher for Colerain with 177 yards on 55 carries, Monolo Caldwell this year. And also J.J. Davis has 65 yards. Big threat on the outside to watch out for the Colerain Cardinals, Javon Hicks, 8 catches, 158 yards, and he's got a touchdown. And Kevin Hyde, he also has a touchdown for the Colerain Cardinals. So struggling, it's going to be about defense and who steps up and makes the big play. I look for special teams to really be a factor tonight.
And we take this time to remind all of you listening live on WeAreColerain.com, and due to Ohio High School Athletic Association rules, we cannot give you live game footage tonight. So the WeAreColerain.com broadcast will have a view of the scoreboard for the duration of the contest. For those of you listening live, you can reach us in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com and let us know where you're listening from and maybe what year you graduated.
This broadcast is a joint venture with Waycross Community Media. We'll have the playback schedule for this on Time Warner Cable and Cincinnati Bell Phi Optics. Follow us on Twitter and on our Facebook page later on this evening.
As the Princeton Vikings take the field, the Princeton Vikings will be in their all-gray home uniforms. Your Colerain Cardinals will have the white tops with the black bottoms.
Now, Brandon, I wasn't paying attention. A lot of chaos in the start here. We had a couple rain delays. They were keeping everybody off the field, so I didn't see the coin flip. Did you?
No, I was busy trying to fix your headset.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, thanks everybody and all the volunteers at Waycross Community Media. You guys struggling. Even with the delay, we had some last-minute technical difficulties, but we got everything working now. So thanks everybody in the truck and in the booth and in the cameras, and not in the cameras, on the cameras.
Manually operating the cameras is the word.
That's correct. So it looks like Princeton will be kicking off to Colerain.
Unless they have some really weird return formation that they use a tee with, that is indeed the case.
The rain has cleared, and there was a very strong wind that came through here. Now I look at the flags here in the end zone. Really no wind to be seen here.
So Princeton's kicker, 37, James Walls, set to kick off for the Vikings. Kevin Hyde and Keontae Jones back deep. We did not see in warm-ups If Amir Reap, the Ohio State-bound recruit for the Colerain Cardinals, sat out last week with some hamstring issues, I believe he will not see the field tonight either.
Yeah, so Colerain's quarterback and Colerain's top defender both sitting out this game. Did see Gunnar Leindecker dressed, but he did not take any snaps during warm-ups.
So both teams ready, just waiting on the referees.
So interesting formation. The Princeton Vikings, really big hole up to the center. They'll probably close it all up once they get rolling. And here we go. We're off.
The kick is up. It's away, and it will go to the one. Field it by Keontae Jones. He's looking to find some space. He's got a block up front. He's got a seam tackle from behind.
One man to beat.
But not before he gets out to the 35-yard line, and that's where the Colerain Cardinals will take over. And there for first possession of the game. Your starters for the Colerain Cardinals.
For the Colerain Cardinals, up front, John Doran, Taj Roberts, Josh Lucas, Nate Martini, Howard Watkins. We'll also see Eric Phillips at tight end. Your quarterback, Deontay Smith-Moore. Wide receivers, Jamon Hicks, and your tailback, J.J. Davis and Deion Andrews. We'll also see Sincere Jones, and your fullback, Monolo Caldwell.
We'll get your defensive starters for the Vikings. 18, Jamal Hines at defensive end, nose guard, Michael Francis. Nose tackle, Monte Higgins. Defensive end, Lavon Wilson. Linebacker, Lavelle Gilbert. Other outside linebacker, Quincy Dodson. On the inside, Martell Mattress. And your secondary for the Vikings, Terrence Smith, Anthony Rogers, and Tyree Mills, along with Leroy Wilson.
Brandon didn't see the flag thrown, but they've taken off 10 yards here. It must have been thrown along the sidelines. They called a holding on Colerain's, going to bring it back to the 25-yard line.
So it'll be 75 yards to goal for the young sophomore making his first career start, Deontay Smith-Moore. Andrews in motion. Cardinals get a look after the jokered motion. Signal from the sidelines. Moore back under center. Handoff, fullback, no.
Deontay
Smith-Moore keep it to the edge, find some space, and it'll be close to a Cardinal first down.
The sophomore shows lots of confidence. The Princeton defense closes in on your fullback. He keeps it himself, gets close to the first down, and that's what you like right there. You're making a decision, you're making it quick, and you're trusting your instincts. A good read in 9 yards in the first play of the game.
Officially marked to just a yard short, 2nd and 1 for the Cardinals here on their opening drive. Smith-Moore calls out the signal from the sidelines. Just a fullback trap. Vikings ready for it, but Caldwell bounces off the initial attacker with a host of Vikings there to finish the play.
Yeah, looked like he was initially hit by number 6, Lavelle Gilbert. That's a film room tackle right there. He was there as Caldwell got the handoff.
So it'll be a short loss of about a half yard, maybe a full yard. It'll be 3rd and a long one for the Cardinals here. They need to get to the 35-yard line. Smith-Moore keeps it off the option midline and picks up the first down across the 40.
Taken down by Quincy Dawson, the three-headed monster, which is the triple option. We'll see a lot. Probably not going to get fancy with the play calling. He pulls it out of the belly of the fullback, keeps it himself, follows a big block up front by Taj Roberts, picks up the first down out to the 42-yard line.
Quickly to the line, and quickly a signal from the sidelines. Already back to the line of scrimmage. Motion, speed option. Smith-Moore keeps it, cuts it back up the middle, and he'll pick up about 5 yards.
No option on that play. He just uses the fullback there as a lead blocker, follows it around. A nice trap block. You got to like it when you get good blocking up front. John Doran, Taj Roberts, Josh Lucas, Nate Martini, Howard Watkins doing a good job up front.
Again, Cardinals quickly to the line, not letting the defense adjust at all.
Reigns with the wide splits.
Handoff, fullback Caldwell up the middle. He'll fall forward for a 2.5 yard gain. He'll set up a 3rd and manageable for the Colerain Cardinals.
They're going to mark the ball at the 49-yard line. He's going to need 3 for the first down.
Eric Phillips checks out the tight end. Kevin Hyde checks in as the second receiver.
Kevin Hyde, we've seen him as a two-way player great defensive back, but is a threat on offense.
And a threat in the non-traditional sense, maybe the traditional sense for the Cardinals, a fantastic blocker on the edge. Look for a speed pitch his way. Smith-Moore keeps it, gets the bats, the man on the edge, gets it past the first down, and gets out deep into the Vikings territory down to the 44-yard line.
Brilliant observation by you, Brandon Wyatt. He keeps it and gets outside, and the key block that time by Kevin Hyde. And what I like so far about Smith-Moore, when he plants his foot and decides to go, he really makes it, goes.
We used to talk about his brother,
Pocket Hercules,
Dayton Smith-Moore, who played fullback, getting lost within the crowd. Deontay, in the quarterback position, sort of doing the same thing behind that big offensive line. Man in motion, Smith-Moore drops back, looks the pass, not there. He's going to tuck it down and run and get maybe a yard, maybe back to the line of scrimmage with the spot. Yep, we'll get back to the original line of scrimmage. Good job by the Princeton defense to recognize the play action.
Yeah, good decision. They try to catch him off guard going play action. And it's not there, and if it's not there, he pulls it down, and he's a scrambler.
All right, so Cardinals reset, spread it out a little more. Sincere Jones will split out one end. Javon Hicks to the other. Handoff, Caldwell carries a defender across the 40 to the 39.
Princeton is really taking some chances up front. Colerain their cadence is very rhythm-based, and they're jumping the cadence. This time, guessed wrong. Caldwell finds a little seam up the middle. Probably 4-down territory, ball at the Princeton 39. They need 5 yards.
Handoff, Caldwell, nope. Smith-Moore keeps it still on his feet to the 30. Enough for Cardinal first down.
Taken down by Leroy Wilson at the 30-yard line. First down for the Colerain Cardinals.
We've seen a very wide variety of plays, maybe not to the untrained eye. They've run midline option, they've run inside veer, they've run outside veer, mixing it up with the young quarterback in each stage of the triple option. Smith-Moore sends Andrews in motion. Handoff, Caldwell's going to get across.
Nope, he held on to the ball. He's taken down for a yard loss.
Smith-Moore who kept it, and the Cardinals lose a yard.
That was Jamal Hines. Blows up the mesh before it happens, and Smith-Moore smartly keeps the ball, loses a yard, but lives for another play.
The second 11 for the Cardinals at the Viking 31. You've got to think for the Cardinals, this area of the field is probably 4-down territory. Smith-Moore tried to get by there.
Yeah, it's a nice takedown. Lavelle Gilbert doesn't fall for the fake handoff, takes himself and gets the takedown. A loss of about 3.
And that's a sophomore quarterback letting the defensive end kind of make the judgment he boxes. If he gives it to Caldwell, Caldwell runs through an arm tackle and picks up positive yards. Smith-Moore, not the right decision for the young sophomore on that play. So it'll be 3rd and 14 after the loss of 3. Cardinals to the shotgun formation. Handoff, J.J. Davis trying to get the edge, finding some space, trying to wait for a blocker patiently. Out ahead, close to the first down. He needed the 21. He's about at he needed the 20 and a half. He got the 21. We'll see what the spot and the call is.
J.J. Davis, another one of your super sophomores, comes on the jet sweep, picks up 14 needed, picked up 14, needed 15. He's going to make it a 4th down and 1, and the Colerain offense is staying on the field.
Luke Bolden comes in as a second tight end, so on 4th and short. And again, he needs the 19 and a half, the 20 and a half. The ball's at the 21, so the Cardinals with 4th and short are going for it here.
Princeton really loading the box.
Deontay Smith-Moore keeps it, breaks a tackle, still on his feet. And he's in the end zone for 6 points.
You know, I wish you could hear what I heard up here. Princeton faithful sees their defense hit Smith more in the backfield, but the water buggy just keeps the legs churning and goes 21 yards for the first score of the ball game.
And everyone here at Princeton Viking Stadium thought the Vikings had stopped Monolo Caldwell on 4th and short. Deontay Smith-Moore, though, had the ball. He probably had the first down when he made contact with the Viking defender, but he breaks to the tackle and gets 6 points.
Yeah, and
Murray, kick is up. Extra point is good. And at the 5:48 mark of the first quarter, it's your Colerain Cardinals 7, the Princeton Vikings 0.
All the defense, everybody in the stand, you're absolutely correct. Everybody was reading the fullback there. You expect your horse to carry you right there, but I like the decision making there. He trusted his own ability and his own decision to keep it himself in a crucial 4th down. Gives Colerain the 7-0 lead. We're at 5:48 in the first half.
So setting a tee off for the Colerain Cardinals is the kicker Ryan Murray, fresh off of making that extra point. Back deep to return for the Vikings is number
22, C.J. Henderson, and number 11, Anthony Rogers.
Good thing you can see those numbers because I could not. Whistle's ready for play. Murray with the kick. It's high. I don't know if it's going to get the distance. It does. Into the end zone. Touchback. Cardinals. Vikings will open their opening possession on their own 20-yard line. Your starters for the Viking offense: quarterback Solomon Reed, running backs Raekwon Robinson and Tyree Mills, wide receivers C.J. Henderson and Raymond Kwalczewski, along with Raphael Floyd. At tight end, Bryce Burton. At tackle, Kendrick Sartor. Guard, Eric Morgan. Center, Emmanuel Floyd. Guard, Parker Mesmore. And at the other tackle, Joseph Carter.
For your Colerain defense, outside linebacker Ryan Davis, Jawan Williams, Quante Stanley, Brady Flynn, Ivan Pace, Kyle Bolden, Dan Bolden, Kevin Hyde, Keontae Jones, Darius Beavers, and Lorenzo Kendricks. Your Colerain defense.
Solomon Reed takes it, fakes the handoff. He's going to keep it on the outside, and he's got some space down the sideline, so pick up the first down. Out across the 35 to the 36.
Princeton answers with their spread option from their quarterback. Nice read by Solomon Reed. Gets all the way out to the Princeton 36-yard line. First down, Vikings.
Again, Reed, shotgun. He's got two to the right, two running backs in the backfield. Man in motion. Fakes the handoff, throws the motion man in the flat, trying to find some space. Still on his feet. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Taken out of bounds. He's going to pick up almost 6 yards on that play. So this fast-paced offense is coming right out. No huddle. Not letting the Colerain defense adjust.
And that was the sophomore running back, Davion Bryant, out of the backfield. Now, no one in the backfield. Quarterback, man in motion. Takes it, fakes the handoff, goes up inside.
Oh, that's a stick right there.
And he's met by a Bolden, and a Brady Flynn. Kyle Bolden, Dan Bolden, and Brady Flynn with a big stop. It'll set up a third down for the Vikings.
Yeah, if you're going to run up in the middle of the Colerain Cardinals, you're going to find a Bolden, both of them over 200 pounds, and both of them big hitters. Brady Flynn from his defensive end position comes and gets a little bit of contact, so it's a 3rd down and 4. Ball at the 43.
And it'll be a first down. Quante Stanley on the Colerain defensive line jumps over neutral zone infraction.
We're going to see if he's drawn offside, but nope, the referee's going to. I'm always curious. That guy is the closest to the ball. How does a nose guard jump off sides like that? But gives Princeton Vikings the first down out to their own 48-yard line. 4:47 left to play in the first quarter. Colerain leading 7-0.
Reed sends a man in motion. Out wide, step back, fake, play action. He's setting up a screen. He's going to look deep, and he's got a man in those flats, wide open, still on his feet. Down across the 35 to the Cardinal 32. C.J. Henderson for the first down for the Princeton Vikings.
C.J. Henderson just gets lost in traffic after Reed takes a big hit.
Reed will have to come out. His helmet came off, so he must take a play off. So we'll get a different quarterback for this upcoming play. But just Vikings set up screen, Cardinals red screen, but then he found a man on a little hook, not for the screen. Nice play by Solomon Reed.
It was a good read. The screen had cleared out, and he kind of ran underneath the screen, so it's all the way down to the Colerain 32-yard line. Backup quarterbacks in. That's Raekwon Robinson.
Hand off to Robinson up the middle. Nothing there. The backup quarterback is actually Raphael Floyd.
Yep.
Raekwon Robinson operating under as the running back there. Takes the handoff but gains nothing. In fact, loses the yard. Will set up a 2nd and 11 for the Vikings.
Solomon Reed back in the ball game. Ball's at the Colerain 34. 4 minutes left in the first quarter.
Reed takes the play from the sidelines, repositions his backfield. Takes the shotgun snap and rolls immediately to his left. He's got to get it away. He just does. Kendrick slipped. He's got a man open on the sidelines. Raphael Floyd with a catch and a first down into the red zone for the Vikings.
Accurate pass by Solomon Reed. He sits down in front of the defensive backs here. Hendricks did slip. He gave him just enough space to take it down to the Colerain 18-yard line. Check that, 17-yard line.
Reed looks to the sidelines from the shotgun. He's got 2 to the left, 2 to the right, 1 on the backfield. Vikings getting their play from the sidelines. Motion man from right to left. Reed handed up the middle, finds some space inside the 10-yard line. Tyree Mills with a first down run for the Vikings.
Vikings spreading the ball around. A lot of different guys touching the ball. This vaunted Colerain defense, and there's a late flag coming in. Probably in the area of a personal foul. Didn't see any jawing after the. And unsportsmanlike conduct, half the distance to the goal on Colerain.
So we'll make it 1st and goal for the Vikings from the 3-yard line.
Howard Watkins going to give him a little more beef up front coming in the ball game.
1st and goal for the Vikings.
Handoff. Reed fakes it, keeps it into the heart of the Cardinal defense, and they're able to make it stop.
This Viking offense makes it tough to defend. Lots of motion, lots of different guys have touched the ball. Not really one guy to key on. He's going to take it down, looked like to the Colerain 2-yard line, 2nd down and goal. 3 minutes left to play in the quarter.
Reed now spreads out the Cardinal defense, no one in the backfield. Two tight ends, 3 wide. Interesting formation for the Vikings. Man in motion. Handoff, jet sweep, trying to get the edge, and throws it for a touchdown.
A beautifully designed play. They faked the jet sweep, just waiting for the Colerain defense to commit. I don't think he ever had any intention on throwing. He was just waiting for the defensive back to come after him. A well-designed and executed play by the Princeton Vikings.
And Raymond Kozlowski takes the handoff out of the jet sweep. Doesn't have the edge. Cardinals think they have a stop, but he throws it to the C.J. Henderson as soon as the defense commits.
Yeah, he even bellied back. He wasn't coming forward, so James Walls in for the kick.
And just gets it off through the Cardinal defense, rushing through, but after that, at the 2:42 mark of the first quarter, it's Vikings 7, Cardinals 7.
You know, with the big vaunted defense of Colerain Cardinals, everybody was thinking low score, low score, low score. We've had one possession from each one of these teams, and each teams have scored and run the distance of the field. Might have a shootout here. It's going to all come down to defensive adjustments. But really, one position for each team, and we're almost to the end of the first quarter. 2:42 left to play.
It was a very long, methodical drive for the Cardinals. What it started as a very quick drive for the Vikings, kind of turned to methodical as the Cardinals buckled down. The Vikings able to make the plays and get the touchdown.
This timeout is brought to you by Showcase Trophies and Awards. or 35-89.
Again, Kevin Hyde.
Please contact Greg Hickey today.
Keontae Jones back deep for the Cardinals. James Walls set to kick for the Vikings. Whistle's blown. Vikings ready to kick. It's away, and it will be into the end zone for a touchback. So the Cardinals will start their second drive of the game at their own 20-yard line. I want to give this moment here to give a special shout-out and a happy birthday to Greg Waltz. Listening is the father of offensive line coach Jeff Waltz. So happy birthday, Greg. Thanks for listening. So the Cardinals out for their second possession, looking to replicate the results of the first.
Deontay Smith-Moore, backup quarterback, in for his second possession of his varsity career.
Andrews in motion. Caldwell has it, keeps
Fumble.
it, and he fumbled the ball.
Princeton Vikings are saying they had it. No signal yet from the referees. They're going to unpile him here. Just blown up in the mesh.
And it's second down.
And Colerain is back on the ball. And they'll give him about a yard and a half on the play.
So it'll be second down. I don't know if Caldwell lost it in the mesh or he lost it after the contact, by the way.
And an extended handoff there.
By the way, the Cardinals able to dig that ball back and keep it here for second down.
So as we've seen, neither team goes into the huddle. They look to the sideline for the play. Colerain calls a timeout on the side. Something a little bit confused, not to Coach Bolden's liking.
There's a little confusion. I don't know what it is, but calls a timeout. And with that, the 2:16 mark of the first quarter will be the Cardinals' first used timeout by either team. 7-7 to score here at Viking Stadium.
Remember, anybody from wearecolerain.com listening live online, you can reach us in the booth. Let us know where you're listening from, what year you graduated, or just a shout out to a player. Remember, that's radio at wearecolerain.com. So Deontay Smith-Moore, 5'7", 157 pounds, just a sophomore. Pressed into action. Gunnar Leyendecker kind of banged up after the week 3 here. A lot of pressure for this young quarterback.
So the Cardinals come out, will be 2nd and 9 from their own 21. After the recovery of their own fumble and a
break
timeout.
The huddle, but the officials are really, I don't know if it's this. You know what? It might have been a discussion about the play clock. They've got a play clock here in the end zone. The official play clock is held on the field. So I don't know if they had an issue in that. That's why they stopped the last play.
We obviously called timeout because the play clock was about to expire, but the question was whether there's some issue about it being reset or not.
Reset or started correctly. But it's all set now. 2nd down and 9.
Deontay Smith-Moore out of the timeout. Motion man, pitch speed to the outside. J.J. Davis with a blocker out front, still on his feet. And the man that tackles him is the sidelines out of bounds. But not before J.J. Davis picks up the first down.
Princeton really committing a lot of their defense to the middle of the field. Safeties and linebackers cheating up. If Colerain having a little bit of success on the edge, maybe that'll just spread out the defense and open up the middle. Now Princeton making a bunch of wholesale changes, and they have issues.
Yeah,
so they're going to call a timeout.
Some confusion and substitutions there. The Viking defense not taking any chances. They'll call a timeout here at the 2:09 mark of the first quarter.
Now the play clock is completely turned off in one end zone, but it's on in the other end zone.
And I think that's what Coach Bolden was complaining about. If you're going to have them in one end zone, you got to have them in the other.
So, both
although one would argue his team was going in the direction where his quarterback.
Well,
could
that
see
one was
play clock.
the other one was on it. He's starting that. It just went off on that play. So it's kind of interesting. Both teams have one possession, they get a score, and then they start this possession. And this is where the coaches in the booths for both teams start making adjustments. Colerain didn't like what they saw. They call a timeout. You have a big play. Princeton didn't like what they saw. Had a little confusion. They call a timeout. So
Cardinals familiar with scoreboard issues. They played the whole third quarter last week
yes.
against the LaSalle Lancers without a functioning scoreboard. All the time mechanisms were kept by the referees on the field. So, out of the timeout, 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at their own 33. Andrews and Davis at the wings. Phillips at the tight end. Caldwell at the fullback position. There's still more confusion by the referees trying to figure out what's going on. Everything reset. And here we go. So play clocks aren't moving, so I think we're not using the digital play clocks. Smith-Moore takes it. Counter, other way. Deanna Andrews has a blocker in front with some space. Got the corner, still on his feet. Pushed out of bounds, but not before he gets into Viking territory. And another Cardinal first down.
Deion Andrews showing some speed right there. He follows his fullback out to that outside. Nice counter play. Lots of speed, a big gain into Princeton territory, down to the Princeton 44-yard line. As I said, Princeton's defense is committing a lot of guys to the middle of the field, so these counters, these pitches, if we can get them to the edge, definitely with these wingbacks, lots of wheels out there.
Smith-Moore gets the play from the sidelines. Takes it, fakes it, going deep. He's got Hicks if he gets to him. Hicks trying too far out. Incomplete.
Colerain goes play action after the big run, and it was there. But if he hits him, he's fine. But if he waits a little bit of second, the wheel was wide open.
And that's one where your first option is the post, which is wide open. So that's
there.
what he went through.
Just overthrow him a little bit. And I tell you what, that's a good gun. Only 157 pounds, 5'7". He threw that ball 40, 50 yards in the air.
Just a little.
Overthrew the wide receiver.
And it was also a good job by Moore throwing it away from where the defender was, so Hicks had to go get it, and only him could go get it. Man in motion, handoff. Smith-Moore to the fullback. Caldwell has it.
Still going.
Lands
First
on his
down.
feet, falls forward. It'll be right at the first down mark.
Yeah, not the best of spots, but it'll be close. Nope, they're not even going to measure it.
He needs the 41. He needs the 34. They're at the 34 and about 3-inch line.
So Monologue called where yards after contact runs through the blocker, a third down and about a half yard.
And the Vikings jump.
And again, we saw another nose guard is the guy to jump offside this time for the Princeton Vikings, going to give the Colerain Cardinals a first down.
Interesting enough, though, now the play clock is functioning, so.
But only in one end zone.
So it's interesting. Traditionally, if that happens, they don't want one team to have advantage. They turn them off, but we'll see here.
We'll see. We don't know. The official one could be kept on the by the referee.
So, Andrews out wide, Hyde on the other side. Smith-Moore hands it, fullback trap to the left. He's got Kevin Hyde in front, still pushing forward, and again, the Colerain tackler is only brought out by that 12th man that out of bounds. And it's close to another Cardinal first down.
Monologue Caldwell getting loose out there. And again, we mentioned the name earlier, Kevin Hyde, a two-way player. We refer to those guys when they're on offense as the wide guards out there and they lead block. He's going to pick up, Caldwell does, 8 yards on that play. So it's second down. Needs to get just inside the 20.
And Hyde's really only in there because Hicks ran that long, deep pass route, try to get him a little breather. Handoff, Smith-Moore. Caldwell keeps it. First down, still rolling. It'll only be the massive bodies that slow him down, but it'll be enough for a Cardinal first down.
Yeah, running right up the middle, following the big blockers, the big nasties up front. John Doran, Taj Roberts, Josh Lucas, Nate Martini, and Howard Watkins, along with Eric Phillips, getting a good push up front.
They're now down to the Vikings 17-yard line. 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Handoff, step back, throw, back shoulder throw. Hicks caught it, but he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds, but there's a flag on the play.
I feel like this could be on Hicks. But it will be on the Vikings.
Yeah, just throws a jump ball. A little bit of contact right there. Defender doesn't get his head turned around.
And I think that's what Hicks kind of pushed off, but I think that's just because the defender never turned around to play the ball. So to create some sort of space to catch it, he had to push off somehow. So that 15-yard penalty will bring it down half the distance to the goal from the 17. 17 divided by 2 is
First the goal for the Cardinals.
8.5.
There you go, 8.5-yard line for the Colerain Cardinals.
I'm sorry, I had to get out my calculator. So first down and goal at the 8.5-yard line.
17 seconds to play in the quarter, which should be the last play of the quarter. Handoff, nope, keeps it. Smith Moore pitches it out ahead. J.J. Davis, and a good open field tackle by the man who threw the touchdown pass, Raymond Kwasłowski, but not before he'll get to about the 6-yard line, and that will do it after 1 quarter of play here at Viking Stadium. It's your Colerain Cardinals 7, the Princeton Vikings 7.
Kozlowski, two-way player. Princeton's got several two-way players, as does Colerain at the skill position, but a nice tackle. Really impressed with Smith Moore's execution of the option. Takes it out of the fullback, keeps it himself, pitches to the outside. Kozlowski's there the entire time, so they only pick up. He's going to get it down to the 6.
You get a look inside the Cardinal huddle here on Waycross.
Again, thanks to all of our volunteers that are taking care of us here from Waycross Community Media. If you want to be part of a future broadcast or even create a broadcast on your own, you can go online, www.waycross.tv/volunteer. Learn to be in the truck, learn to run a camera. It's great here, and thank you to all the volunteers here at Waycross Community TV.
And again, if you want to reach us in the booth, you can reach us live on wearecolerain.com, at radio at wearecolerain.com. Go Cards beat Vikings from Jim and Terry Shear in Norman, Oklahoma. Normally they're in Chicago, Illinois. I got to think
you threw me off there.
I got to think they're at the Ohio State Oklahoma game, and we got another one from Gary Schatz working the Reds game. So,
two emails, one from the Ohio State game, one from the Reds game. Great sports fan, the Colerain Cardinals.
Smith Moore from his 6-yard line, second down. Man in motion. Sincere Jones takes it, handoff. J.J. Davis makes them first man miss, can't get away, and the rest of the Vikings clean it up.
Jamal Hines on the stop. Premier defender here for the Princeton Vikings. Doesn't fall for the counter. Colerain having success at the outside, not that time. He's going to lose about a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
So it'll be 3rd and goal from the 8 for the Cardinals. They'll go shotgun to the right, one to the left. Tight end Phillips to the left. Monolo Caldwell also there. Motion man takes it, handoff, fakes it, keeps it. Deontay Smith Moore up the middle, makes one man miss, still on his feet. Down to the 2, still fighting. And he's down to about the 1, maybe 1.5-yard line.
Shows a lot of strength there. Yards after contact. He was hit about the 5-yard line. Carries a few tacklers.
And Cardinals going with a big formation. They're going for it on 4th and goal from the 2-yard line. They brought in the linebackers, and they bring in what can only be described as the Bolden package. Kyle Bolden, Luke Bolden, and Dan Bolden all into the game.
And a timeout by the Princeton Vikings.
So it's a big formation for the Cardinals. They're basically got Monolo Caldwell on the eye.
No, is there a timeout? No, there's not a timeout. Princeton Vikings coach is Wait, I see
the far sideline there says the down marker says 3rd down when it should be 4th.
And the scoreboard says 4th down. I believe the Princeton coach is just making sure that it is 4th down.
I don't know what the Cardinals actually call this formation, but I'm only going to call it the Bolden formation. That's the substitution. Luke Bolden, the sophomore, comes in as a second tight end, and Dan Bolden and Kyle Bolden come in as lead blockers. One would assume, unless one of them is getting the ball.
Yeah, I'm looking for the referees to confirm that it is 4th down.
And they have confirmed it is. Still 3rd down by the down marker, but it's 4th. No one's indicated one way or the other. Either way, big play here, which should be 4th down and goal for the Cardinals at the Viking 1. Smithmore takes it, hands off. Caldwell falls in the end zone. 6 points.
Yeah. They put the 2 linebackers up at fullback. Bolden and Bolden, wrecking crew, just clears a hole. Nice block by the offensive line. So the conversion on 3rd or 4th down, whatever down it was.
Whatever down it was, it is made a moot point.
That'll bring Ryan Murray for your extra point.
Patrick Murray to hold.
John Dorn, long snapper.
Kick is up. And it's good. And at the 10:26 mark of the second quarter, it's the Colerain Cardinals 14, the Princeton Vikings 7. Despite what the scoreboard says at home, there they go. They fixed it. They gave that point by accident to the Vikings.
An interesting evening so far. We've had the rain delay, and they had trouble getting people into the stands, and then the scoreboard didn't work, then the play clock didn't work. Now they got that working. Now we got the score right.
Lightning delay.
They
would play in the rain.
So we've seen this a couple times from the Colerain kicking team. They set up on one far hash and find a space. Murray's got the leg to get it into the end zone, but Princeton Vikings with some great athletes back there. Anthony Rogers along with C.J. Henderson. Last kick, it was returnable, but we've seen the pop-up kick if they can find some space.
Linebacker coach Matt Stoynoff has taken over the job of special teams coach this year. Let's see what he's got. Anything special on this kickoff. And it's not. It's just Murray really deep into the end zone. Touchback. Why not do that?
Yeah. Do it every time. It's that easy.
If only.
So the Princeton Vikings, their second possession is going to start at their own 20-yard line. Solomon Reed's been very decisive so far, spreading the ball around. They've got 5 or 6 guys that have touched the ball, so they're really confusing the Colerain defense. And quick passing, giving him time to throw. Not enough time for a pass rush.
Solomon Reed under center. Snap, handoff up the middle, and there is nothing there for the Princeton Vikings.
Yeah, I believe that was Jawan Williams, breaks free from his defensive tackle position. Going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, 2nd down and 10. So at 2nd down and 10, they take out a defensive tackle, and Javon Hicks, they brought in an extra defensive back for this play.
And matching the substitution by the Vikings basically there, who brought a tight end out and an extra receiver in. Bunch formation to the right for the Vikings. Now they'll have quads to one side. And they're set up a screen to that side, and it's a good thing for the Vikings. And number 22, C.J. Henderson, that was over his head.
Well, not big in stature, but you could throw it over his head. But I believe that was Kevin Hyde closing on him. Colerain had kind of read that.
If it wasn't Kevin Hyde, it was going to be Darian Beavers.
You've got a 6'4" safety flying up on you, C.J. Henderson.
Solomon Reed now 5 wide for the Vikings. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. 3rd down and 10.
Again, checking the play to the sidelines. Almost an obvious passing situation.
Cardinals got it, and it's just going to get a little longer. Will be a jump there, number 12 for the Vikings.
Bryce Burton
jumped a little there off the snap. It'll be false start, and it'll be 3rd and 15. And the things, if you're the Cardinals here on defense, you got to cover, but you also got to contain with your rush. Make sure Solomon Reed doesn't use his legs to pick up the 1st down.
Well, 3rd and 10, you can get away with a quick pass. 3rd and 15 is going to take a little bit more time, so the Colerain looking for maybe Quante Stanley get a little pressure in there.
And they get the pressure, force Reed to throw on the run. It's caught, but it's going to be well short of the 1st down, so the pass rush does its job. The pass complete to Burton. It'll be well short of the 1st down on the line to gain.
Yeah, good pressure up there. Ivan Pace, Brady Flynn, along with Quante Stanley, the speed rush crew for the Colerain, is going to bring up this 4th down. And our first punt of the ball game. It'll be James Wall's going to set up at about his own 10.
Is that James Wilson? Nope, that's Raymond Kozlowski.
Raymond Kozlowski, okay.
He's Mr. Doing it, everything for the Vikings. Punt is back, nearly blocked by the Cardinals.
Good kick.
But a great high punt. Jones takes it, fields it, makes the initial man miss. He's got the sidelines, got one man to beat. Still on his feet, finally taken down and out of bounds. But not before he gets into Viking territory. It'll be first down for the Cardinals to start their third drive at the Viking 37.
Colerain gets great pressure and a super kick, but I think he outkicked his coverage right there. Gets a break to the outside. Colerain's going to start in Princeton territory. They're going to mark him out of bounds just at the 40-yard line.
So the official spot will be the 40. Must have stepped out of bounds. I don't know if he outkicked his coverage or they had to keep so many people back for the block there. That was a very high punt. Motion man, Sincere Jones. Caldwell gets the handoff. It'll pick up about 5 yards.
Number 25.
Nothing fancy there. Just feed the fullback, pick up 5 on first down, which kind of leads to your playbook. You can kind of open it up here, be a little selective, but with the lead.
It's a chance to open this game up for the Cardinals. 8:34 to play in the first half.
They within 8 yards of the ball, every Princeton defender.
Man in motion. Smith Moore keeps it, takes it. He's going to smartly just take it up, go towards the defender, and a great decision by Smith Moore. Got to a certain point, he realized there's no more option pitch. Tucked it, kept it, and picked up a first down.
Well, and the decisiveness just to plant the foot and go. If you decide to keep the ball, you turn it up the field, and that's what he did. He's going to take it all the way down to the ball marked at the 25.
Officially 25 and a half. 26. Now the play clocks are off in both end zones. Smith Moore, man in motion, takes it, fakes it, step back, throw, not there. Smith Moore scrambling around. He's going to pick up positive yardage out across to the 20-yard line.
I'll tell you what, does anybody want to make the comparison to Tyler Williams just yet? Pretty close. The Colerain fans remember Tyler Williams, not big in stature. Smith Moore is just doing a great job there. You know, they go play action, and they have after a couple of big running plays. It wasn't there. He didn't force anything. Nice block up front. I believe that was 51. John Doran leading the line.
Deontay Smith Moore making some great decisions in his first career varsity start. Takes it, hands it off. No, he doesn't. Probably should have. And the Cardinals will lose 2 yards.
That's a couple times that's happened. He's pulled it back, and the backside has just got in there quick. I believe that was Jamal Hines again.
And Jamal Hines is the superstar defender for the Vikings. He is a UC commit. He plays defensive end for the Vikings. Most likely will play linebacker for the Bearcats.
Yeah, he came from the weak side there, and it played just a little slow to develop, and he just blew it up. So he's going to lose a yard, make it 3rd down and 5.
Substitution on the offensive line. We have to look at that number.
So with the play clock running down, timeout from the sidelines. Coach Bolden, with the time clock's not working, the back judge holds his hands up with 5 seconds left. Coach Bolden pointing that out to his young quarterback. You got to keep your eye open for him.
Just noticed a substitution for the Cardinals. Number 57, Brennan Hobbs, is now in at guard. So don't know if that's injury or just performance-based, but either way, new lineman up front for the Cardinals. 6:49 to play in the half. Cardinals lead 14-7 over the hosts, Princeton Vikings. 3rd down and 5 for the Cardinals upcoming.
I don't see anybody on the training table for Colerain.
No. Hobbs is listed as a defensive lineman in the roster, so things change. Cardinals make adjustments. This is what they got. 3rd and 5. Smith Moore under center. Davis in motion. Quick pitch to the sidelines, and he's got to get the first down, and he's got space. Forced out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 10-yard line.
I tell you, they just go speed pitch right there and give credit to Sincere Jones. In other words, sophomore is out there a little bit bigger at the wing back, clears his block, and first down easily for the Colerain Cardinals.
J.J. Davis got the pitch, and there was no one within a 10-yard radius.
Sincere Jones just blown his man off the ball. So first down and goal, ball at the 9.
Sincere Jones in motion, takes it. Handoff. J.J. Davis on the counter play, still on his feet, rolling forward inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line.
Colerain offensive line starting to take over. I won't say starting to take over. Well, they weren't stopping their first 2 possessions, but it seems to be getting a little bit better push up front.
Substitution for the Cardinals. Luke Bolden in at the second tight end position. So the Cardinals going to go big here on 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line.
So it looked like Taj Roberts out of the ball game. We knew he got banged up last week.
And in motion. Handoff. Smith-Moore keeps it himself. Pitch. J.J. Davis. Sincere Jones with his first varsity touchdown.
Smith-Moore shows patience and unselfishness right there. I think he could have turned that up and taken himself, but they stretched the play out, and get Sincere Jones. Got reward. He got the big block earlier. Gets rewarded with the touchdown here. Colerain up 20-7. 5:58 left to play till halftime. Extra point pending.
We got all those sophomores in the backfield. J.J. Davis got a touchdown first week, his first varsity touchdown. Smith-Moore got his first varsity touchdown week 1. The other super sophomore running back, Sincere Jones, gets his varsity touchdown here as Murray's extra point is good. And with 5:58 to play in the first half, it's the Colerain Cardinals 21. The Vikings of Princeton 7.
This is the week 4. Colerain's offense usually takes, and everybody's like, where's this offense been? Where's the option been? But you got to look at the quality of teams that they played. They played the number 1 team in Indiana. They played St. X, who always plays us well. And then you play the 2-time defending Division II state champs, the guys down the street from that other red school.
And there's a reason Deontay Smith-Moore is in this ballgame. Gunner linebacker, starting quarterbacker. After the very first play, he broke a big run against Warren Central, twisted his ankle, and really hasn't been 100% since.
Well, I know he's got a shoulder issue too, and he has taken a pounding, but it just shows you, just next man up, be ready.
So, Murray, set to kick.
Rogers and Henderson back for Princeton Vikings. So far, Murray has not allowed them to return a kick. See if I just jinxed him.
Kick is up. It's away. This one will
be
returned.
Anthony Rogers takes it about his own 5, looking to the outside.
Trying to find
a little seam, shows some wheels, gets the corner, taking it back in, and he's still loose, gets forced out of bounds. Going to get it to about the 35, 36-yard line. Nice wheels there. Anthony Rogers makes a few man miss and then shows his speed to get to the outside.
So the Vikings will take over here. Went 3 and out on their last possession and gave up great field position to the Cardinals. They'll try to flip it here.
5:45 left to play till halftime. So 4 wide receivers, 1 running back, shotgun formation.
Reed fumble on the exchange on this.
He might have got back on it.
And Reed falls right back, and there was a little indecision. Raekwon Robinson and Solomon Reed fighting over that option. Reed both wanted to keep it, and I don't know if that was both tried to keep it and no one kept it.
That's what they both tried to take it out of each other's hand. Brady Flynn, he had that ball laying right in front of him, just kind of missed it. But they'll lose 3 yards, 2nd down and 13.
And a huge split up the front. If you're going to go this, look for the Cardinals to blitz up the middle here.
Come on, Ivan Pace right there. Beat the center.
Fake pass into the flat. Knocked away. Keontae Jones knocks it incomplete. It'll be 3rd and long again for the Princeton Vikings.
Quick hitter out to C.J. Henderson, trying to get their athletes in space. He has been lightning in a bottle this year, C.J. Henderson, averaging almost 30 yards a catch. This time drops this one, so it's a 3rd down and 13.
Reed Looks at the defense and then looks back to the sidelines. He's going to get an adjustment. He's got 2 wide receivers and a tight end to his right, 1 to his receiver to his left. Takes it, rolls to his right, and he's got to get rid of it quickly. He does, and the flood pattern, and it will depend on the spot. It will be short of the first down and the line to go, and Solomon Reed took a shot, and he is slow to get up.
Yeah, that's the second time he's been hard. They rolled him out of the pocket there. They needed to get to the 43. He got to the 41. Didn't see who hit him, but took a big shot as he released it. Nice reception. Nice play. It was Raymond Kozwalski again.
And
Solomon Reed is up and walking.
Interesting enough, it'll be 4th and 2, but inside their own territory, and the Vikings are going to go.
I don't think didn't the quarterback, if he's hurt, he's got to come out and play.
Reed takes it, and I think they're just going to work the clock here. I don't know if they're actually going to take it. And yep, they are just going to take the delay game penalty, try to get the Cardinals to jump. There was a good question from the Colerain sidelines, and I have to agree. Solomon Reed, they took a timeout because he was hurt. He should have had to come out for that play, and he didn't.
But if they don't run a play, is he not actually in there? So if it's not, if they don't snap the ball,
they shouldn't have allowed
him to line up. Even that, yeah.
And especially with the quarterback, we saw it in the NFL game the other night. Tyrod Taylor got up fine, but the referee said, "Hey, you look like you showing concussion symptoms. You take him out regardless of the situation." So, Kozwalski and the Vikings will take a delay a game, and he'll set to punt here on 4th and 7 from his own 41. Punter back, pressure's on, not going to get there. Keontae Jones will take it from his own 31 and got some room to run. Kendricks with a good block in the edge, and I think they're going to call it.
It's coming back. It's coming way back.
And they're going to get a penalty flag here, and then we got some extracurriculars after the play on the Colerain sideline. I don't know if that's on the Vikings or if that's on the Cardinals. It might be on both. There was some pushing and shoving after the play as the play got tackled in the Cardinal sideline.
Yeah, on the return there, not only a hold, but a complete takedown by Lorenzo Kendricks.
He had a good block, and then when he
took the block too far.
He went to finish it, and he finished it too much. What we do know is the flag is at the Cardinal 37, so there'll be a 10-yard penalty, and the Cardinals will have the ball at the 27.
30, 40-yard.
What we don't know is the other penalty that was called. So if we know at most, or at least, that the ball will be placed in the 27.
You're talking the extracurriculars on the
so
side.
We don't know what the extracurricular activities.
That's usually.
So the holding will put the ball at the 27.
And then they'll probably call offsetting personal fouls.
And then we have a personal foul
Princeton
on the Vikings. And that is it. So the 10-yard penalty.
Wait, they might not be done yet. They call them individually. So if he see, nope, he's putting
the 10-yard penalty will result in a 5-yard gain because of the after the play personal foul on the Vikings. So the Cardinals have 1st and 10 from their own 42 to start this drive.
Yeah, 4:34 left to play. Colerain with only 1 timeout left.
So Deontay Smithmore under center. J.J. Davis in motion. Quick pitch to him on the edge. He's trying to find some space, and he does again. It'll be knocked out of bounds. Not until he gets to just short of midfield of the mark. He stepped out of bounds at the 49-yard line.
We haven't seen him run a lot this year, but, man, he's got some wheels. When he turns on the jets, he goes, but smartly gets out of bounds. Forced down there by Anthony Rogers.
Substitution for the Cardinals wholesale. Darian Beavers, Kevin Hyde, Keontae Jones, Javon Hicks.
What they call the money package.
4 wide receivers into the ball game. All your stud D1 recruits on the field and wide for the Cardinals.
So they run the ball.
And that's exactly what they do with a quarterback draw. Deontay Smith-Moore, however, does not get through. It will be stopped at the line of scrimmage. It will be 3rd down and 3 for the Cardinals.
Still plenty of time and clock. Colerain with 1 timeout. We're at 4:12 left to play. 3rd down and 3. Ball at the 49.
What's interesting is the Vikings didn't substitute, so they had their base package in. Now they've substituted to account for that wideouts and might open up space to run. Quick throw out to Keontae Jones, trying to find space. Can't make one man miss. reaches forward, and he will be
about a half-yard short, it looks like.
Out a half-yard short. So just a quick screen out to Keontae Jones. Too many Vikings to block for Javon Hicks, and it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Cardinals, and now they'll substitute back to the base package.
Colerain going to leave the offense out there. 3:30 left to play in this halftime.
4th and 1 from their Vikings 49.
See if they'll try to draw them off sides or even run a play or just feed the fullback.
And it's a quick pitch. J.J. Davis, he's got the edge, finding some space. Across the 30 to the 25, and it'll be finally brought down at the 24-yard line. Cardinals have just found space on that play over and over again with a great block by the one running back, setting up wide open spaces on the quick pitch to the J.J. Davis.
Yeah, I want to say that was Deion Andrews with the block out there, and also with Hicks.
And then the Cardinals substitute back to that money package. 2 wide receivers to either side. You got basically your secondary and Javon Hicks on the field. Smith-Moore takes it, looks deep, looks to pass. He's going to go up high to Darian Beavers, who caught it.
He's going to call him out of bounds.
I'll tell you what,
makes the catch.
That was a spectacular catch, all for naught, because Darian Beavers did not catch it within the play.
In high school, you only got to get 1 foot in, and Beavers, a 6'4" defensive back, lined up at wide receiver.
And that was a simple play. Darian Beavers is 6'4", throw it when only he could get it, and only he got it, but he could not drag that foot.
And how about that throw? If it's if it's a yard and a half shorter, it's a touchdown. But it does stop the clock. 3 minutes left to play.
Back to that base package, but now J.J. Davis split wide. Andrews in motion. He's going to take the quick pitch. J.J. Davis didn't get a block. Andrews is going to try to find some space and just runs out of it. J.J. Davis has got to return the favor to his other running backs. They've been opening space on that play for him on the pitch. Not that case for Andrews there.
Well, Princeton was kind of sitting on that. J.J. Davis misses his block, but there were 3 or 4 other Vikings there to make the play.
So it'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Cardinals.
Almost in field goal range. Colerain has scored on their first 3 possessions. They would like to get another score here in the 4th, right before halftime.
Cardinals spread it out now. They'll still have their base personnel there, but now they spread it out 3 to one side, 1 to the other. And Cardinals will have to use their last timeout after some
little confusing on the formation and what play. Play clock running down. Colerain's going to have to use their last timeout.
All right. So, again, if you're listening live on wearecolerain.com, you can reach us in the booth at radio@wearecolerain.com. We got a shout-out to both Daytwan and Deontay, DSM Granny, listening from home. Go Cards. Doing a good job for a sophomore. Yes, he is. Deontay Smith-Moore, little brother of Daytwan Smith-Moore, and I know at some point tonight I'm going to call Daytwan Smith-Moore just out of habit. The good thing for Deontay is we had a DeShante last year at quarterback, so just the cadence of that makes it a little easier to remember.
Well, and if you remember, Big Brother was not as tall as little brother. Little brother about 2 inches taller, but he was called him Pocket Hercules. Just a strong man, and what we're seeing out of this sophomore, maybe a little bit more lightning in the bottle, shows a lot of quickness, but I love his decision making so far.
So it'll be 3rd and 8 now for the Cardinals out of the timeout. They'll return to the shotgun formation. Sincere Jones and Hicks. Javon Hicks spread to the right. J.J. Davis to the left. Eric Phillips to the left at the tight end position. Caldwell to the right in the running back position. He'll take it. Step back. Roll to his right. He's got Sincere Jones open, but
an awful late hit on that quarterback.
Gets it to Deontay Smith-Moore. The pass is short, incomplete. It'll be 4th and 8.
Rolled him out of space, tried to get him away from pressure, and has to throw it away. Does a nice job, doesn't force it right there, just throws it at the receiver's feet.
So it's the ball will be sent on 4th down. It'll send the Cardinals special teams and Ryan Murray set for the field goal. The tee will be placed on the 31-yard line. This will be a 41-yard attempt from the left hash. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is up, and it will hit the crossbar and go in.
He needed 41 yards. He got 41 and an inch. He gets the ball up. It hits the post and just bounces over. So Colerain, 3 possessions, 3 scores. They've got 2 touchdowns and a field goal with 2:48 left to play over the Princeton Vikings. Your host, Colerain leading 24-7.
Got a couple one. We got one from Sam Delator, class of 2015, listening from home. We are Colerain, and we got another one from Deontay's DSM grandmother again. I think she wanted to make sure.
We got them both, Grandma. Thanks for listening, and thanks everybody for listening. We get emails from all over the country, all around the world, and it surprises me week after week who we hear from, and we appreciate everyone you send.
So, 24-7, Cardinals lead, 2:48 to play in the half. Ryan Murray, who just made that field goal, that field goal in every single sense of the word, kicks off here, and that kickoff will sail out of the back of the end zone. Touchback, and the Princeton Vikings will once again start from their own 20-yard line.
Princeton Vikings takes over the 22:48 left to play. They do have 2 timeouts left. They've got the athletes to stretch this field. They scored on their first possession. They've kind of bogged down the last couple. So we'll see if they try to open it up and score or stay conservative and just kind of run this clock out. But as I said, 2 timeouts left for Solomon Reed and the Princeton Vikings.
They've shown the ability to be explosive on offense, but not since that first drive.
Single coverage here at the bottom.
Reed hands it off. Ryan Davis in the backfield eats it up.
Trying to they run a Reed out of the shotgun. Ryan Davis comes from the weak side. Nobody blocks him. He hits him in the backfield. He does pick up about a half a yard on that play. He'll bring up a 2nd down and 9, 2:28.
Colerain shifts to their dime heavy DB package.
Princeton in no hurry to get this play off.
Man in motion. Takes it, hands it off again, trying to find some space. Raekwon Robinson gets through 1 tackle, spins away, but can't pick up more than 2 yards. It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Vikings.
Yeah, taken down. B.J. Henderson in the ball game.
The linebacker getting some work here in at nose guard in this secondary dime nickel package for the Cardinals.
Also substitution to see it's Ivan Pace Jr. playing a little defensive end. So Colerain with no timeouts, can't stop the clock, 1:30.
Reed takes it, he's going to roll right. He's going to get pressured. He's trying to find someone. He goes deep, and it is picked off. Darian Beavers at the 40. He's going to try to change the direction of the field, trying to find some space to the other sideline. He's across the 30. Brought down finally, but not before he gets down across the 25. And it'll be 1st down, Colerain in.
There is a flag behind the play. Solomon Reed scrambles to the outside, throws it in the area of holding.
That's what Coach Bolden seems to indicate. And that is the indicated call. It will be declined, and a Viking turnover gives the Cardinals the ball deep in enemy territory.
1:12 left to play. Colerain's going to take over just outside the 25. Let's call it the 26. No timeouts for the Colerain Cardinals.
However, in high school rules, just like college, if they get the 1st down, the clock will stop until the change are reset. So, let's see what the young sophomore does here in the hurry-up offense. They'll have their base personnel in here.
So 4 wide shotgun formation.
2 to either side. Smith, Moore drops back, throws it. He's got Kevin Hyde, but he overshot him. And
he had him wide open on the post, and he throws it to the outside and not the inside. Kevin Hyde was there, and there's Kozlowski again. He's been all over the field, but that was a gift from the young quarterback. He just missed it, and they had an easy touchdown if he throws it to the right side of Kevin Hyde, and he throws it to the left side and gets the interception.
So, a gift from the Vikings to the Cardinals is returned, and a Cardinal gift back to the Vikings. 1:04 to play. 2 timeouts for the Vikings. It didn't seem in any hurry or any really trying to go forward in their last possession. We'll see what they do here. with only 1:04 to play in the half. Take the snap, and they'll hand it off. Raekwon Robinson hit immediately, and he's not going to get anything there. So it looks like the Vikings might be content here going in a half. They will get the ball first to start the second half. But still no
40 seconds left to play.
No urgency, and they're just going to let this clock roll. Interesting decision by head coach Pat McLaughlin for the Princeton Viking offense. So Reed waits for the 5-second indication by the back judge. There it is. Now he's ready to snap. Takes it, hands it off. Raekwon Robinson again, just bottled up immediately. And that will do it. That should be the last play of the half. Neither team has to be re-snapped. Do anything here. Brady Flynn comes up with the football. He's not going to get credit with that one.
Yeah. Forward momentum was stopped right there as he comes up.
And as the clock expires here after one half of play at Viking Stadium, it's the Colerain Cardinals 24, the Princeton Vikings 7.
Principal at Stewart Elementary, and a former marching band member herself, will lead the band in Wakamoon's hit, Shut Up and Dance. For our final number tonight, we will now feature our middle school band under the direction of the Princeton School Board President and mother of 4 very talented Princeton musicians, Susan Wider, conducting the song that symbolizes Viking victory. Go, Princeton, go! Thank you for your support of our program and our schools. Special thanks to PHS drum majors Jonathan Kutcher, Rachel Mormon-Minton, and Kendra Russell for leading the band. Be sure to visit the Princeton Music Booth for concession stands and support those who support our music program. Let's go Vikes!
And we are back here on Waycross Community Television. I am Brandon White alongside Brian White from WeAreCorner.com.
Which one are you?
And this collaborative broadcast from WeAreCorner.com and Waycross Community Media. The Colerain Cardinals lead the Princeton Vikings 24-7 at half. And the young sophomore quarterback, Deontay Smith-Moore, playing instead of the starter, Gunnar Linebacker, out hurt tonight, is doing a good job at leading this Cardinal offense.
Yeah, he's leading the Colerain in rushing. He's got 14 carries for 75 yards and a touchdown. Monolo Caldwell with the other touchdown for the Colerain Cardinals. Really shutting down this Princeton offense. Solomon Reed, the leading rusher for the Princeton Vikings with only 14, but the big thing, only 64 yards passing, as we see Colerain with 40 total offensive plays for 215 yards. Princeton with 20. Only 20 offensive plays that first half and only have a total of 96 yards. Time of possession, Colerain's controlling the clock. 15-13 for the Colerain Cardinals. 8:39 for the Princeton Vikings. Colerain has 15 first downs with Princeton only 6 first downs, and most of them coming on the first drive of the game. So big half for the Colerain Cardinals, looking to continue what they started, but we had the opening kickoff, and Princeton had kicked off to Princeton kicked off to Colerain. Colerain at first place, so Princeton will start off this second half with the ball.
One would assume. Now, officially,
they can defer.
The Vikings deferred their choice to the second half, so they have the option to the kickoff again if
to
they
choose
wanted
to kick off.
They did not take that choice. Yeah. I've never actually seen it. I've heard of it. I've heard of it. They did it because the wind was so bad in one direction. They chose the direction rather than the ball. Either way, we're here. at Princeton Stadium.
Yeah, it looks like Ryan Murray is out there for the Colerain Cardinals.
Yep. They did take that option. I don't know.
I appreciate your attempt at humor, Brandon.
It was a very, very disappointing attempt.
And remember, for those of you listening at home, still time to get us an email at radio@wearecolerain.com.
Well, one would assume you don't have to be listening at home. You meant listening live on wearecolerain.com.
They can be listening wherever they want with their mobile devices.
Murray set to kick. Raekwon Robinson, C.J. Henderson back deep for the Vikings.
Murray's had a good night kicking off so far. Only one of his kicks has been returnable.
Anthony Rogers also back deep.
So Murray tees it up from about the 40-yard line, far left hash.
Players are set. Referee blows his whistle. Kick is away. And we're underway here in the second half. This will be returnable. It will be C.J. Henderson taking it about his own 4-yard line, trying to find some space, trying to get the edge, finding it, just not enough to get through. Going to be taken down by the Cardinal defense. Number 32 with the special teams tackle for the Colerain Card.
Yeah, it's Ryan Price, one of your underclassmen. We've seen him a lot on kick coverage this year. He's done a good job. We got a Colerain Cardinal down on the play. Yeah, Ryan Price, another 6 foot, 170-pound sophomore. Played quarterback and defensive back coming up through the middle school. Henderson had some room to get outside, but the second wave of the Colerain Cardinals.
That's your starting corner. Well, your starting corner, Lorenzo Kendricks, who was already in the replace of the injured Amir Reap.
Colerain, if you've got depth, you've got it at defensive backs, but this would be your second one down, and he's, as you said, already a substitution. We've seen Kevin Hyde come in. Hendricks is up under his own power. Looks to be no limp, so maybe just got his bell rung right there. So Princeton takes over their first possession of the second half. Ball spotted at their own 22-yard line.
So Keontae Jones will slot down from his safety spot to the corner spot. Javon Hicks, your starting wide receiver, comes in at the safety position. Solomon Reed trips to the right. Takes the snap, hands it off. No, he keeps it, trying to find some space, and then slides immediately after two defenders for the Cardinals started to close.
Couldn't tell if that was a slide or just kind of an odd tripping. He had some room in front of him, so if he slid to avoid contact, he really took himself a couple yards away from him. I think somebody got a hand on him and just kind of tripped him up a bit there, but he does pick up 3.
2nd and 7 for the Vikings. Reed to the sideline for the play. Trips to the right, one to the left. Single back, flank to the left of Reed. Takes the snap. Option Reed not there, and Dan Bolden blows it out.
Loose.
Ball is loose, but they're going to
call him down.
The whistle was blown, and they'll rule him down. But Solomon Reed on the read option just blown up. The Cardinals there on the give wrap, and then blow up Reed on the quarterback keep.
They'll lose a couple yards, a little bit past the original line of scrimmage. Could bring up a 3rd down 11. Yeah, they went back to the well, ran the same play that had success there, but the Colerain Cardinals didn't get fooled this second time.
This Cardinal defense has completely shut down that Viking offense after that first drive. Try to continue the trend here on 3rd down. Tightened formation for the Vikings. Man in motion to the right. Handoff, roll, fake it, screen into the hook. At the 30, he'll be short of the first down by the mark.
Yeah, he runs a pattern a little bit short. They go play action. Needed to get out to the 33-yard line. He runs it to the 30, about 3 yards short. Tackled right away. Kevin Hyde, another big defensive play. It's another 3 and out for the Princeton Vikings.
Lorenzo Kendricks has checked back in for the Cardinals. Be 4th and short, and the Vikings will line up to punt.
Kozlowski from about his own 18-yard line. Jones going to set up at about his 45. A lot of pressure. He gets it loose. Another big kick. Lots of room to get it. if he can get a block on the outside, breaks one tackle.
Jones,
a nice block.
And a great
open field tackle. Who was that?
Great tackle by number 25 per the Princeton Vikings. A special teams play there.
Leroy Wilson.
Jones found his seam and thought he had the space, but a good open field tackle by Leroy Wilson.
Going to stop at the Colerain 35.
Again, a booming punt by Kozlowski in the face of a heavy Cardinal rush. So Deontay Smith-Moore back under center for the Cardinals.
Smith-Moore in his first varsity start in for the Hurt Leyendecker.
First varsity start at quarterback.
At quarterback, correct.
Takes it, fakes the handoff, keeps it, pitches to the outside, finding the space around the sidelines, and Dion Andrews out of bounds after a gain of about 3 yards.
Run to the short side, less guys to block out there, and a nice read option. He takes it, pulls it out of the fullback's belly, takes a few yards himself. A late pitch, and the proper decision. Picks up 3, almost 4 yards.
And a little clarification, Brendan Hobbins playing guard. I think he started. I see Taj Roberts in street clothes, so another starter out for the Cardinals today. Smith-Moore gets the signal from the sidelines. Motion man. Smith-Moore keeps it, cuts through, finding some space, and it looked like he was trapped for a yard loss, splits the defenders, and picks up 4 more.
Uses his size to his advantage, only 157 pounds. He actually turned to the side and got skinnier. Found a little seam, make this 3rd down and 2 a little bit more manageable.
Cardinals quickly to the line. Smith-Moore gets the play from the sidelines. Man in motion, keeps it, fakes it, and it'll be Caldwell keeping it, in fact, falling forward for the first down.
Monolo Caldwell not having a big year so far, but he gets the yards when you need them. Nice tackle in there by 94 Levon Wilson for the Princeton Vikings, but Monolo Caldwell drags him to the 46-yard line. Colerain first down.
At their own 46, now the Cardinals switch it up. They spread it out 4 wide. 3 wide. One to the tight end to one side, 2 receivers to the other. Smith-Moore shotgun. Sincere Jones in motion. Handoff, jet sweep around the side, finding some space. Sincere Jones hits it hard and picks up 7 yards.
Another one of the super sophomores. You know, all the 3 wingbacks for Colerain, all sophomores. Sincere Jones, a little bit more size, but shows speed. Turns up the corner. He's going to pick up 7 yards.
Set up 2nd down, but the Cardinals now in Viking territory. Got 3 sophomores, one of which is now playing quarterback, and the other man in the backfield, Andrews, is just a junior. Andrews in motion, quick pitch, outside, looking. He's got Jones as a bleed blocker. He's going to use him as a cut it back. Across the 35, trying to find more open space. Across the 30, and that's another Cardinal first down.
Great patience he shows right there. Lets the blockers and the play in front of him develop. Howard Watkins out there, the big offensive tackle, clearing the way, but not sure the number of the wingback who was out there, but did enough to get in his man's way, and he follows him behind, and another big gain for the Colerain, another first down to the Princeton 29-yard line.
Back to the shotgun. J.J. Davis in motion, step back, throw. He's got Eric Phillips just too far.
You know, one of the benefits we have being up in the booth is we're close to the coaches, and I listened to him make the play call. It was there, and it was a perfect call at the perfect time. And the young quarterback just got a little bit of antsy, and another one of the sophomores, Eric Phillips, from your tight end position, slipped out there, and he just overthrew him. It was there.
Just a play action of that jet sweep they've been running out of that shotgun formation, slipped the tight end on a Y-hot route, and just overshot him. 2nd down and 10. Handoff, counter. J.J. Davis finds
nice
space
block
on the inside, still on his feet, fighting forward, close to the 20-yard line, and a gain of 8 for J.J. Davis.
They run the counter. He runs behind Sincere Jones. Kozlowski, he's been offense, defense, punting all over the place. Makes a great tackle to keep him from getting the first down. Probably in 4-down territory. Ball spotted at the 22. They need to get to the 19, so 3rd down and 3.
Smith-Moore, play from the sidelines. Hand off to Onelo. Caldwell, he'll fall forward, and enough for the first down.
All depends on the spot. We've had some interesting ones tonight, but this time they're not even going to question it. It is a first down for the Colerain Cardinals at the Princeton Vikings 18-yard line. So again, no huddle. They call the play from the sidelines. They make adjustments.
Now the Cardinals have shifted to an I formation, tight end to one side, wide receivers to either side.
First time with this formation all night.
And Smith-Moore keeps it, pitches. J.J. Davis still on his feet, falls forward off the option pitch down to the 8-yard line.
Probably a touchdown saving tackle there by Kozlowski again. J.J. Davis gets a pitch, and he's got a head of steam. One man to beat, but Kozlowski makes the play.
And I'll tell you what, Sincere Jones is earning playing time right now with his
blocking on the
edge for J.J. Davis.
We've said that all year. Where's this offensive been? And it's just the secondary blocking by your outside
Well, it's your
wingbacks.
secondary blocking by the wingbacks, and it's your secondary blocking by the line getting up to the second level. Back to the shotgun Cardinals. Man in motion is Deion Andrews. He takes it, fakes the pitch to him, throw deep, and J.J. Davis
drops it.
Had no one close to him.
They go play action, jet sweep,
in the
wheel route. J.J. Davis
is still no one close. And he drops it.
And no one feels worse than him. That's one where you don't have to say a word as a coach. You just kind of shake your head. He goes, yep, I know, Coach. That's on me.
So it'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Cardinals. Andrews in motion, takes it, slams up, counter play up front, and Cardinals will be yards short. Just had it there, Sincere Jones.
Needed to get to the 9. I believe he just got inside the 10s, probably a half yard short. And here comes the Bolden package, as you referred to it earlier.
Luke Bolden, Kyle Bolden, Dan Bolden all come in as a tight end and 2 fullbacks. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a handoff to the right side to Monolo Caldwell. It's like first down Cardinals on 4th and 1, and they're going to go immediately to line.
If a play works, you needed 1, you got 3. Now you got first down and goal at the 3.
And a follow through Monolo Caldwell, 6 points, and another Cardinal touchdown.
The Colerain offensive line, Bolden in the backfield, just shows just a little bit of strength, just blowing up the defensive line for another Colerain touchdown. Lots of players kind of getting up slow. Physical battle up front. It's a Princeton player down.
You saw this back in the day. You have the 2 Boldens. One's going to UC, Iowa State. He's got several choices in Kyle Bolden, the senior. The junior, Dan Bolden, has going to have his pick of where he's going to go to school. You got 2 Division I linebackers as your lead blockers. It harkens back to the day when you had Cabrani Mixon and Tyler Moeller come in on goal line situations, Iowa State and Michigan-bound linebackers.
And you got Luke Bolden in the ball game, who by some people's opinions, probably has a higher ceiling than any of those. So
I believe it was explained to us by head coach Tom Bolden. It's just because he's the least football player. He's the nicest guy. He's the most cerebral.
But they say he's probably got the meanest temperament on the field. So the Princeton Viking player is up and helping him out. That's Quincy Dawson. Hopefully he'll be all right and come back again. But Colerain with 4:46 left to play puts 30 points on the board, looking for the extra point. Murray to kick, Murray to hold. John Dorn is your long snapper.
Murray, and Dorn, and special teams unit for the Cardinals might be a law firm in the future. No? It's a weak attempt. I know. I apologize.
It's again, I appreciate your attempt at humor.
Well, normally in these situations, you're the one attempting the humor, but I'm trying to, step it up.
You
in
do your
stead,
job,
and
I'll do mine.
I'm just messing it up just as royally as you normally do. Murray's kick is good. And at the 4:46 mark of the third quarter, it's your Colerain Cardinals 31. The Vikings of Princeton 7.
So Princeton Vikings, since their first possession of the ballgame, where they marched the length of the field and really thought we'd have a ballgame here. I mean, they are athletes all over the field. 6-7 guys touching the ball all the way down. Have pretty much been 3 and out ever since. Couple turnovers, fumble, interception, but the Colerain defense just shutting them down, and the last couple possessions is 3 and out and punts.
So now Murray will set to kick off for the Cardinals. Rogers and Henderson back deep for the Vikings. The Vikings is set. Cardinals are set. Referees blow the whistle. They're set. Murray leads up. The kick is away, and he's going to go into the end zone for another Cardinal touchback.
Tell you, I know Murray, early in the season, they were talking about a hamstring issue, not wearing his leg out, but it seems he's getting stronger again. Only one of his kicks have been returnable, and all of them to the end zone with good height, and his field goals have been a little bit more consistent. So,
if you were at the Walnut Hill scrimmage, you had serious concerns for the Cardinal.
That's all
game.
People were talking about. It's like, I remember our buddy Chris, who is not with us tonight, listening at home, our regular play-by-play guy. He was like, Danevsky's not going to be walking on the field. I said, we don't need Danevsky. We got Murray.
Handoff up the middle, finding some space, still on his feet. Is the sophomore running back, number 34, Davion Bryant. Got through the line of scrimmage, and a good positive play for the Vikings.
Shows a lot of wheels right there, and there's a nice tackle on the outside. Does pick up 6 yards.
Kendricks has checked back into the ballgame for the
Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Kendricks that made the tackle on the last play.
Reed takes the snap, hands it off up the middle to Bryant, and this time the Cardinals are ready.
Yeah, the success that they had earlier up the middle is not there for the Princeton Vikings.
So all the bodies roll away. It will be third and a long 3, call it 4 yards for the Vikings.
So a 3rd down and 3, 3:45 left to play.
Reed gets the play from the sideline. Rolling to his right, trying to find some space. He's going to go up over the top. Head his receiver out of his hands. Incomplete. Nice play by Darian Beavers to knock it away.
Yeah, they had it open there. Bryce Burton, running back out of the backfield, was there, but I don't know if he heard footsteps. Darian Beavers closing down really hard. Another 3 and out as Kozlowski is going to come back to kick again.
Yeah, Burton's kind of lining up as that H-back tight end in the backfield. Came out of it there, and they've been working the hook on the outside out there on that flood pattern. Finally works to the tight end, but Darian Beavers knocks it away there. 4th down.
Princeton with
punt.
not enough men on the field right now in this punt. They've got a couple guys that have been hurt. Late substitution. Got to be close to this play clock running down.
And the Cardinals have been awfully close to blocking these.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they don't get it off.
Did they get up? Did anybody call a timeout from the sidelines?
They didn't. 5-yard penalty on the Vikings for a delay game.
Yeah, it was Quincy Dawson had come out on that last defensive play hurt. Weren't ready with his substitution. So a long kick is going to become even longer. He's going to set up inside his own 10. Kozlowski's had a great day. As a matter of fact, here's another late one. They were 2 men short on that last time. So they only had 9 men on the field.
Vikings with confusion finally get it settled. They're really trying to keep the block. High snap. just gets it all. Kolosowski's been consistently good all night. Not so great on that one. Keontae Jones off the bounce, straight up the middle, finds positive yardage, but then the rest of the Viking special teams is there with the tackle.
That run was by number 6.
Kind of slow on the whistle on that play, but Keontae Jones, I tell you what, that's a brain. You gotta have some stones back there when you're a kick returner, and he takes it off the bounce there, takes it into Princeton territory. Field position battle is really going Colerain's way thanks to great defense.
Yeah, basically the Vikings have started every drive at their own 20-yard line thanks to the special teams of the Cardinals, and the defense is not allowing them to flip the field at all. So with 3:15 to play, Cardinals up. Smith-Moore still under center for the Cardinals. Andrews in motion, fakes the flip. He's got his man deep. He looks to Caldwell, and Smith-Moore is just short on it.
And they go play action, and it's been there. The young quarterback, I don't know if it gets a little adrenaline because he knows he's throwing the ball in the play action, but he had a Monolo Caldwell in a play action.
Let's be honest. On that play, he had his choice. He had, first of all, Eric Phillips was all alone out of the tight end position. Javon Hicks all alone on the post on the backside, just short of DSM. As we get a counter out to J.J. Davis, trying to find some space, tripped up after a 3-yard gain.
Showed some lateral quickness there. Stop and start to J.J. Davis. Was going to get stopped almost up the line of scrimmage. Makes his man miss. He does pick up 3. But I saw down the field Eric Phillips, 6'3", 200-pound
tight end,
has blown his guy off the ball. So
substitution for the Cardinals. They've dropped back to their money package. Javon Hicks, Kevin Hyde, Darian Beavers, Keontae Jones in at receiver. Smith-Moore going deep over the top. He's got Kevin Hyde on the wheel. 6 points and a Cardinal touchdown.
We got a flag. This might be coming back.
And that is the call.
They're going to call it holding. Well, I tell you what a throw. Just lofts it up there. Kevin Hyde runs underneath it, but all for naught. It's going to come back on a holding call.
Well, I'll bring it back. It'll be a spot penalty, 10 yards from the spot. They'll mark it now in Cardinal territory. It'll be 3rd down from their own 48.
On the Cardinals, 3rd down.
So, same package for the Cardinals. Fakes the handoff on the jet sweep. Deontay Smith-Moore, deep wheel pattern again. And this time to Caldwell out of the backfield. This one just a little too far out in front.
I tell you, he has been just yards away from hitting wide open receivers. But with 2:17 left to play in this third quarter, Colerain up 31-7. They're going to bring on Colerain's first punt of the day.
Will be Patrick Murray. Normally your holder.
Still no one back for the Princeton Vikings.
Going for the block. Murray gets it away. And the Cardinals are going to let this one bounce. Unfortunately for them, that'll bounce straight out of bounds at the 21-yard line. So the Vikings 1 yard better than they normally get, starting at their own 21-yard line.
Well, just clock running down right now. Colerain 1 score away from a running clock. I think maybe that's what the Coach Bolden was going for there, throwing the ball with the big lead.
It was also 3rd and very long.
Yeah. So Princeton Vikings, 2:09 left to play in this third quarter. Down 31-7. Will start this possession at their own 21-yard line.
Solomon Reed once again at quarterback for the Vikings. To the right, 1 to the left, tight end. And the man in the backfield. Man in motion, Henderson with the Vikings. And we get a procedure penalty before the snap. 5-yard penalty on the Vikings. It will be a repeat of 1st down.
Colerain's defensive lines and linebackers really putting a lot of pressure up the middle. Probably caused a little bit of extra movement right there. offensively and defensively, just the strength of the lines have taken over this pretty much starting about in the middle of the second quarter for the Colerain Cardinals.
Handoff up the middle, trying to find space out of the backfield, and there's just none there for the Viking offense. Again, the Cardinal defense holding stout.
Substitution, they're going to bring in extra defensive back along with B.J. Henderson.
At defensive end.
Javante Hicks is going to come in, play a little bit of defensive back. Good to see Lorenzo Kendricks back in the ball game at corner.
Reed, shotgun snap, looks right, rolls left, he's looking screen. Cardinals read it, and incomplete.
Running a screen pass, a lot of pressure from the Colerain Cardinals, throws it away, but they might get a late hit.
And roughing the passer is the indication on the Cardinals, and the Vikings will get a first down here in the second half.
That's an automatic first down?
I believe it is. And it doesn't matter, I don't think, because the 15 yards is enough for the first down.
So first down, Princeton Vikings take the balls out to almost the, let's put it, the 32-yard line.
Trips to the right for Reed. Takes it. Handoff up the middle, trying to find space. Number 23, Tyree Mills, can't get away from the Cardinal defender.
Dan Bolden on the tackle. Princeton Vikings going to pick up 2.
Daniel Bolden, second down for the Vikings.
Reed, Vikings quickly to the line. Trips again to the right, tight end to the left. Princeton resets with the play from the sideline. Reed takes it, hands it off again. Tyree Mills finding some space, falls forward, tripped ahead, falls down, will be marked at the 38-yard line.
Nothing fancy, same play call. Running back gets a little bit skinny there, finds a slight crease. So third down and 4.
Vikings look to the sideline for the play. And we have a penalty.
Calling offsides on Colerain Cardinals. Didn't see anybody move. Somebody must have been lined up offsides.
Dead ball, neutral zone infraction on the Cardinals. That should be enough for another Viking first down.
So Colerain Cardinals defense helping out the Princeton Vikings. 2 first downs as a gift from 2 penalties. It's going to bring the ball all the way out to the Princeton Vikings 42-yard line. Don't know if they get another playoff, down to 6 seconds. Princeton Vikings probably let the clock run down, take it to the fourth quarter.
That's exactly what they'll do. After 3 quarters play here at Viking Stadium, it's your Colerain Cardinals 31, the Princeton Vikings 7.
So, Brandon, everybody keeps saying, you know, they were all worried about this Colerain offense, and you've made a change of quarterback tonight because of injury. Now I think you're going to get some people a little bit overexcited, said, here it comes. But, you know, give it credit. You know, adjustments in the offensive line and the quality of play, the teams that they played, not taking anything away from the Princeton Vikings, but the teams that they played the first 3 weeks would make any offense be very tested. But I tell you what, I've been really impressed. Deontay Smith-Moore, a dynamic athlete, just a sophomore. As I said, you got 4 wingbacks playing tonight, all sophomores, a couple wide receivers, sophomores.
Andrews is a junior, but yes.
Andrews is a junior. Okay. I stand corrected. But your only senior in the backfield, the Monolo Caldwell. kind of a marked man this year. Everybody said, hey, you stop Caldwell, you stop this offense, and he struggled this year with defenses keying on him, but other men have stepped up.
He's got 3 touchdowns tonight at the goal line situations.
Yeah, doesn't have the big yards, but when he gets the ball, takes advantage of his opportunities.
Vikings send a man in motion. They'll have trips to the right. Hand up, Mills up the middle and met it immediately, and Kawante Stanley with the tackle along with B.J. Henderson.
You haven't seen B.J. Henderson play all year, but he's in the mix there on defensive line and is really being disruptive.
Kawante Stanley, as always, being disruptive.
We see him all the time. Henderson, a senior.
Reed takes the snap, handoff to Mills, and again, Kawante Stanley.
You know, we say it every week, it becomes a broken record, but Kawante Stanley at 6 foot tall, just barely 200 pounds, is not your prototypical defensive lineman. But Colerain always seems to find that guy who just thrives there in the trenches, just with speed, quickness, and just tenaciousness. A motor that won't stop.
You know what's also a broken record? The phrase broken record.
Broken record. So 3rd down and 9. Ball at the 45. They got to get
2 receivers either side. Reed takes it. Blitz by the Cardinals. Forces a quick pass to the sidelines. And even if he caught it, he was immediately out of bounds with C.J. Henderson. Just a 2-yard gain on the swing pass. And will set up a 4th down for the Princeton Vikings.
Just swing it out to Anderson, who's averaged up to this point almost 30 yards a catch, but tonight held probably to about 5 yards a catch. Ryan Davis was closing in, catches the ball, only picks up a couple yards, and here comes the punt unit again. But this is an interesting spot on the field, down this much. Don't know if Princeton Vikings got a fake in their playbook.
Well, as long as they can get the right amount of guys this time, it should be the first objective. They had some issues last time with just 9 guys on the field. I think they got him this time. Cardinals do not apply a pressure, sitting back in case there was a fake. Keontae Jones from his own 15, finding some space up the middle, caught immediately, trying to run, still going, breaks the tackle. He'll be pulled down at his 30-yard line.
Jared Thomas makes a tackle. It looked like Jones was going to break free. A little seam opened up. Junior quarterback stops him.
See the Cardinal offense come back out.
So no substitutions in for the Colerain Cardinals.
Not yet. I formation, 2 receivers to one side. Handoff. Caldwell with a 3-yard gain. Looks like we have some substitutions for the Vikings.
Yeah, Ryland Lumpkin on the tackle for the Princeton Vikings. Caldwell picks up 3 yards.
2nd and 7 from the 33 of Colerain. 9:57 to play. Handoff. Caldwell, no. Smithmore keeps it off the pitch. J.J. Davis finding some space down the sidelines across the 50, 40, 35 to the 30-yard line.
That's the way you run the option to perfection. Stretch it out, stretch it out. A late pitch gets J.J. loose to the edge. Colerain having success to the outside when they get there, using their speed, taken all the way down to the Princeton Viking 30-yard line.
First down for the Cardinals.
So Smithmore under center.
Colerain has gone for the big play after the big run.
And they're going to throw it. Javon Hicks on the post, trying to go up and knocked away by Raymond Kozlowski.
Kozlowski has been all over the place. Got a touchdown pass, got several great punts, got some great defensive plays. Fights the much bigger Hicks out for that play, knocks it down. Incomplete, 2nd down and 10. Ball at the 30-yard line of the Princeton Vikings. 9:30 left to play in this game.
So they went for the home run there to finish off the Vikings. Knocked away by Kozlowski. Got a stop and play there. Had a piece of paper fly on the field. Referee clears it. I formation, Deontay Smith-Moore takes it, hands it off. Monolo Caldwell still on his feet, dragging defenders out across to the 22.
Just a push up front by that offensive line. Howard Watkins leads the way along with John Doran. Nice gain, just a straight run by Monolo Caldwell. It's going to make it a 3rd down and 3. 2.5.
Still I formation for the Cardinals. Caldwell, nope. Smith-Moore keeps it, tucks it up the middle, and he's across the 15 to the 13.
Colerain looking one more score away, trying to get this running clock going.
8:52 to play.
Colerain not doing anything fancy, just running the option out of the eye. Monolo Caldwell, fullback Sincere Jones is your tailback.
Smith-Moore pitches out. Sincere Jones working off of Andrews' block, and Sincere Jones in for 6. What a great block on the edge by Deion Andrews.
You know, your teammate gets credit for the touchdown. It doesn't show up in the books, but we, up here in the booth, we see the celebration here by the coaches, by the block of Deion Andrews. The junior clears the way for the sophomore, Sincere Jones. Another touchdown for your Colerain Cardinals.
Another great thing about that play, we got the coaching staff right next to us in the booth. They were upset that he didn't give the ball. So we get a penalty here on the extra point.
A little bit of movement. I don't think the Colerain Cardinals.
The coaching staff never stopping. They were upset Deontay Smith-Moore didn't give the ball to the fullback on that play. So a 5-yard penalty and make this extra point just a bit longer for the Cardinals.
So John Doran's your long snapper. Murray holds. Murray kicks.
And it's good. So with 8:40 to play here at Viking Stadium, it's the Colerain Cardinals 38, Princeton Vikings 7.
So first week of GMC League play, the 3-0 Colerain Cardinals are taking it to the 3-0 Vikings. Brandon, any scores around the city that you got updates on?
I do not, because you put me on the spot.
All right, so hopefully maybe we got 8:40 left to play. You can dig some of those up. Thanks, everybody, for listening at home. Remember, that's radio at wearecolerain.com. Special shout-out to Chris Himonitis, your normal play-by-play guy here is taking the night off, spending time with family. They had a baseball game, so don't know if the weather shut down the game, but we're missing you tonight, Chris, and hope you're listening at home.
So Murray, set to kick off. Oh, why didn't you get some scores? Why don't you tell me you're going to ask for scores, and I would have got scores.
That's where we're going. So as you get up scores, I'll call this play. So Murray kicks off. This one might be returnable. And he does. He takes Henderson, takes it. And there's your man again. We've seen the special teams expert here, Ryan Price, down as your gunner. Keeps him, knocks him down within the 15-yard line.
Indian Hill leads Wyoming 14-13 late. Wyoming with the ball with a chance to take the lead.
And again, we're reminded here, Coach Waltz here wants to, again, wish his father a happy birthday to Greg Waltz.
Lots of substitutions for... Nope, neither offense or defense.
So Princeton Vikings taking over.
Reed takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and the Cardinal defense is there to sniff it out. Sycamore leads Hamilton 34-20.
And that's the same Sycamore team Colerain is going to play next Thursday night.
Yeah, it'll be a Thursday night game for the Cardinals. It'll be a short week coming off of this Princeton Viking victory. Reed looks at the sideline for the play.
Down to 7:40 left to play in this game.
Handoff, Raekwon Robinson tried to get the edge, tried to get around Ryan Davis. He did initially, but Davis closes on him and holds it to a 2-yard gain.
Brady Flynn also in on the tackle. Great patience showed by the running back, but nothing really opened up in front of him. But he does pick up a couple yards, makes his 3rd down and 3. Needs to get to the 24-yard line.
Reed looks to his right, quick, out. Henderson breaks one tackle, still on his feet, trying to find some space. He's got the 1st down and more, out to the 38-yard line.
We talked about Henderson pre-game. Not very big guy, but he had 30 yards average per reception on the year. They get their athletes in space. Lorenzo Kendricks banged up a little bit early. One-on-one doesn't make the tackle, so a 1st down for the Princeton Vikings. They've got the ball at their own 38.
Henderson in motion. Reed takes a shotgun stop, handed off to Raekwon Robinson, trying to find some space. But Jawan Williams from his defensive end position closes on it and makes the tackle.
We've called Jawan Williams' number a lot tonight. Having a good game as the senior at 260 pounds. Shows some closing speed and athletic ability. Chases down the smaller running back, but he does pick up 3.
Reed patiently waits for his play from the sidelines. Takes it. So going to be a handoff up the middle, trying to find some space. And it's the ball carrier falling forward. Raekwon Robinson will be brought down just short of the line. The game will be 3rd down and 2 for the Vikings.
Princeton not doing anything fancy these last couple possessions. They're just running the ball up the middle at the heart of the Colerain defense, getting 3 yards a carry.
If you're thinking of the Princeton Vikings, you still want to try, but kind of the outcome of this game might be decided. You don't want to do anything too fancy, put on film, as Bryant gets the 1st down on the carry. Cardinals trying to strip it, but not going to be successful. It'll be a 1st down in the Cardinal territory.
Colerain has made a couple changes on the defense. B.J. Henderson has moved to middle linebacker from his down position. Luke Bolden in the ball game.
Ethan Stout also in at linebacker.
Also another coming in a linebacker now. That's Trey Burton.
For the Vikings, though, you don't want to give up anything on film to a future opponent. So Reed takes it. Handoff up the middle, trying to find some space. And 2 Cardinals close. That was Brady Flynn, along with number 9, B.J. Henderson.
That run was by number 34, Davon Bryant. Tackle made by number 9.
You know, B.J. Henderson, this is the first game we've seen him play a lot. He's played defensive line, now linebacker, making a lot of plays. But with the quality of linebackers you've got on this team, it's tough for the senior to get a lot of playing time. He's taking full advantage of it. Loss of about a half yard on that play.
Reed takes the snap. He's going to look. Goes to the post. Kendricks with a pass breakout.
Does nice to read that. Good timing does Hendricks. Running a post pattern, a little bit delayed there. Gets a hand to knock it down. Ball floated a little bit, gave him time to close, but he read it the entire way. Stopped the clock, 3:34 left to play in this game.
And again,
3rd down and 10.
Again, the senior Lorenzo Kendricks having a great game in place of the injured Amir Reap. Reed, play action, rolls. Got his man in the flat, trying to get to the 1st down, but he's going to be held short by the Cardinal defense.
Say Colerain Cardinals are making Reed. They'll punish him every pass that he makes. This time it is Luke Bolden on the hit. Officials timeout. Reed down on the play. Substitution in the ball game. Trey Harris in at linebacker. And as a reminder to everybody, this week, Colerain Cardinals, no Friday night game. It's a Thursday. I believe it's at Sycamore. 7 o'clock start, so get there early. Let's fill the house with red and white. Any emails?
Game
score updates?
The game next week is at Sycamore, or excuse me, is at Colerain.
Is at Colerain. So let's still fill that with red and white. So it's at Colerain, Thursday night, 7 o'clock kickoff. Good to see Reed back up, walking off.
It'll be 4th down for the Vikings and our backup quarterback, number 13, Raphael Floyd.
And be sure to follow us on the web at www.bikeNation.org or on Twitter at BikeNation for all the latest scores, news, and pictures.
Josh Brandcamp in the ball game. Ethan Stout in the ball game.
So 4th down for the Vikings. 2:50 to play. Handoff up the middle, kept there by Floyd. Nothing there. Turnover on downs. Cardinal football.
Reed option quarterback keeps it. Luke Bolden makes the stop. And it looks like wholesale substitutions. We're going to see the second quarterback of the night, but way down on the depth chart. Nor is that, nope.
Deontay Smith-Moore is your backup
He's
quarterback.
your backup quarterback, so he's used to playing with the JV guys.
Mitchell and Bigner in the backfield. Will be a handoff. Mitchell trying to find some space. And a good block out front there by Rusty Feth.
You know, Rusty Feth, another one of this sophomore class. He was in a battle preseason for a varsity spot, and he's still fighting for it there. He blew his man off the ball right there.
Quickly to the line. Again, I give it to Mitchell. Out ahead, close to a 1st down.
Randy, give me some numbers.
68.
Will Coleman in the ball game.
71.
Jake Relly.
73.
Jonathan Hudson.
15.
Tyler Bigner.
28.
Cody Bigner.
As the ball carrier Justin Mitchell gets the 1st down. 65.
Rusty Feth.
32.
That's Ryan Price.
I think there's only one play being run by the Cardinals. It's just a fullback trap to Justin Mitchell over and over again. This Cardinals' second team offense working at an accelerated pace.
That was made by number 41, Bryce Fluker.
And again, they're just going to keep handing it to Justin Mitchell. He's going to try to find some space. This time brought down at the 25.
Nice tackle. Princeton Viking. Bakar Mumbai. How about that? I think I'm close with that one.
Handoff. Justin Mitchell again. This time, I think the Vikings have caught on.
Yeah, they're just running fullback left, fullback right. Bryce Fluker on the tackle for the Princeton Vikings. That might be it.
Cardinals probably have to take one more snap here. They didn't get it off.
There's a flag on the play.
So it'll be a delay game on the Cardinals with 9 seconds to play.
Offsides.
It'll be a penalty on the Cardinals with 9 seconds to play.
I believe that was your right tackle, Rusty Feth. Moved a little bit early right there.
And fortunately for the Cardinals, that'll allow the clock to be run. And that will be the final here from Princeton High School. It's the Colerain Cardinals 38, the Princeton Vikings 7. For everyone here at Waycross Community Television and we are Colerain.com, this is Brandon White alongside Brian White, and this has been Cardinal Football on Waycross Community Media.